back, guys. Uh, so first part, 20 to 16. We did 20 to 16. And I hope you guys enjoyed that first list. Once again, welcome back to Opinion Spot. We are here. I'm here for dedication of the indigenous people of this land. Um, my contributions for them in terms of for the month of November. And I'm giving you some of my top 20 favorite Native American fictional characters, pretty much. So we left off with one of my childhood heroes, childhood with Brave Star. And I know probably a lot of people will probably remember that, especially my fellow children of the 80s. But for number 15, kicking it off 15, this is going to 11. Number 15, we go to the world of Mortal Kombat. And that ain't nobody none other than Nightwolf. Yeah. Wow. What can I say about Nightwolf? Alright. Nightwolf, to me, was a character. He is one of my favorite Mortal Kombat characters. I do like Nightwolf. I do. I don't hate the character. When he was first introduced in Mortal Kombat 2, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I'm getting old. But he really captured the imagination of the Native American beliefs in this, the beyond the spirits, and I wouldn't say sorcery, but more, the belief in the other side, and things like that. A lot of his weapons came from, like he had like a bow and arrow that would like come from a green energy and things like that. He, tomahawks, magical tomahawks that just come out of nowhere. He was a great character. And over the years, when he would always reappear in different Mortal Kombats, it just made me good to see that he was still around. They hadn't forgotten about him. But I don't remember what his tribe was. I don't know what tribe he was a part of, but he was a shaman. So that really gets more into the spirit world and things like that. And I always enjoyed that. I always liked that. Sure, they kind of did a piss poor job with him in the movie, and even a piss poor job in the cartoon. But when it came to the video games, they made him stay true to his character, true to his nature. And in that last Mortal Kombat, say what you want, but he went out fighting, and he went out like a true warrior. And I thought that was just really good. If you remember, guys, Sindel came in, wiped out, killed everybody, and it was Nightwolf who killed her. So I give a lot of credit. I saw, Mr. Bloom and all them, great job of creating the character. But yeah, Nightwolf, great character. All right, so number 14. I have them written down right here, guys, so I'll remember. Number 14 comes from the world of G.I. Joe. Yes, you know me, guys. I'm a Joe man. I'm a fan of G.I. Joe. My number one favorite G.I. Joe is, of course, Snake Eyes. But I also love this character, and that's none other than Spirit. Yeah, I love Spirit. I believe he's the only Native American character on the Joes, and he represents their trackers. And I don't mind that. A lot of fictional Native American characters are good trackers. That's in the blood. That's a part of Native American culture. They're good trackers. We're good trackers. I'm not saying I've learned how to do it, but they're good trackers. And Spirit is a great tracker. He's not just good, he's good with a lot of traditional Native American weapons. Longbows, tomahawks, setting traps, things like that. And of course, in the cartoon, once again, they made him kind of talk like the stereotypical, you know, ugh, and I must go fight, help the, this and things like that. And like, I hate when they do that. But Spirit was a great character. And he's been around for a while. He's been around. He's been in all the cartoons, I believe. He's been in all the cartoons, I think, except for Renegades. But all the straight to DVD movies, he's pretty much been in. And I believe in, say what you want about Sigma 6, but they made him a very, very great character. Very much. I remember him. He had a fight with, I believe it was Destro, and he was able to see through all of Destro's disguises and things like that. Yeah, I believe it was Destro. I believe it was him. I haven't seen Sigma 6 in so long, but yeah. But Spirit's a great character. So we move on to number 13. And this character is one of my favorite characters of the Canadian Marvel team Alpha Flight. He's a founding member. And if you know, you should already know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Shane. Say what you want about Dr. Tutu Sensen, I believe that's his last name. But Shaman is a great character. Very, very underrated. In terms of his mystical abilities and things like that. Now, will I say he's as powerful as Doctor Strange? No. But he's up there, in my opinion, as one of those great mystical characters in the Marvel Universe. Founding member of Alpha Flight. He has a daughter. At one time when he died, she carried on his legacy as Talisman. But when after Chaos Wars and a lot of the original Alpha Flight members returned back to life, Shaman continued to do his thing, and I love what Fred Van Lent and Greg Pak did for Alpha Flight in the last Alpha Flight Maxi series. They did very good stuff. Do recommend that. Shaman is just a really cool character, guys. Like I said, very underrated. Needs a lot more shine. Do I think there needs to be an Alpha Flight movie? Hell fucking yes. I would love to see an Alpha Flight movie. We've only seen Shaman in one animated one time, and that was when they Alpha Flight guest starred in Wolverine in X-Men, the 90s X-Men. And he kind of once again had that stereotypical, Native American talk that pisses me off, But it's not that it pisses me off, guys, but I just hate when they sound so monotone because I remember the line too where he was like, "Wolverine, I am your friend," and Wolverine's like, "You don't get out of my way, medicine man. I'm gonna run through you," and things like that. And you must do what the great spirits are. I'm like, why is he talking like that? That pisses me off. I'm like, ugh. But besides that, he was a great character. He's a great character, very great character. So yeah, Shaman makes my list. Number 12 is none other than. Sorry about that. I'll check my phone. Number 12 is one of my favorite characters from the Legion of Superheroes. That's Dawnstar. I give Paul Levitz a lot of credit here. Thank you for creating the character. You co-created it, but thank you for creating it. Dawnstar is one of my favorite characters from the Legion of Superheroes. She's up there with people like Lightning Lad, Timberwolf, people like that, Cosmic Boy, Chameleon Boy, Saturn Girl, characters like that. Dawnstar is Native American, but she's from a planet called Star Haven. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one, guys. It was inhabited by Native Americans in the 30th century. And they've also been genetically altered things with wings on the back. And she's very intelligent. She's very, very brave, very strong character. She can fly really fast. so skilled at a lot of talents. You want somebody like that on a team, and she just does. Donnie just does a really good job at being great, and she's still around, and I'm glad to see that. Even though I believe Legion of Superheroes, that comic was canceled, but I'm glad to see that she was still a part of that team, and it was really good. It's really good. I'm glad to see. I will give DC a lot of credit for thank you for keeping her a part of that team. It makes a lot of sense. I like Dawnstar. Very good character. And number 11. This character takes me back even before he appeared in video games. I go back, I go ways back with this character when he was a part of Dell Comics. Before he moved from Dell to Valiant to all the other different comic companies, and this character is Torok. Yeah. What can I say about Torok? You got a Native American character on a world fighting dinosaurs, and he's kicking ass doing it. I love that. And it's not just dinosaurs. You know, in the beginning it was dinosaurs and barbarians and all kinds of stuff, but he was such a great character, and I loved it. And when the first Torok game came out, I knew who he was. I knew who Torok was right before the game even came out, and I was just like, wow, he made a game. And I saw the anime they did about it, and of course later on he kept going from different comic companies, and then of course they made another game. He made another game, and then they made the last game I remember came out for the Xbox 360, and the character was cool, but I heard that game had a lot of problems with it. I never played it, but friends of mine have told me things about it, and it was a first-person game. But Torok, very good character. I would love to see whoever has the license for Torok. I would love to see them do some more comics with him, because Torok is a great character, extremely great character. You want to talk about badass Native American character? Torok is who I'm talking about. Is one of them. So yeah, but yeah, guys, 15. Went up to 20 to 15, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this 5. We got 10 more, pretty much. So who could be the top 10 of my favorite Native American fictional characters? Who could it be? I'm wondering. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys later with the top 10. And other than that, you guys take care. And I'll see you around.